All right, we are good. We are live. So, okay, so this is my Docker multi-language project. I had to switch over to Microsoft Streams because I couldn't get audio for Clipchamp to work. So here we are. First and foremost, make sure that when you get this started, you have Docker desktop running. Without it, it might possibly throw some errors. I've already ran through the whole tutorial several times. But I'm going to go ahead and just explain my I'll start off by explaining my YAML. So our services that I chose, my services that I chose was PHP, Ruby, Python, Node.js, C, Java, and Golang. Ruby's the only one actually running the container after the command is done, which is why when you shut it down, it actually takes usually about a full 10 seconds, which I should be able to show you right here. Another way to see if the containers are running is by having this up. So right now you can see that they're currently in use. So when I compose them down, it's going to show that they're not in use. So Docker compose down. That's the wrong command. There's the correct command. There's no space. And it's going to recompose them back up. And I just want to show you what it's like when they compose down real quick. Okay, so they've all been removed. Ruby's going to take a minute. If I should have dockered PS before I put it down, so you could have seen the active one. But it's going to take about 10 seconds. Then you can see over here that they're all down. Docker. See that there's nothing running as well. And nothing in the logs either. So we're going to go ahead and compose it back up and build it. And then we're going to PS to see, make sure Ruby's running correctly, which it is. And then we're going to go ahead and logs, just to know the whole world, to make sure that all the logs are correctly. So these are just the services. They're not doing anything particularly crazy or cool. These are all just basic hello worlds. The YAML itself wasn't super difficult because it was pretty much just, you had to figure out what service per each one, and they're all pretty much the same, minus the bash commands, but that's, yeah, not really anything super difficult to figure out. All these are taken from tutorials and basic Hello World tutorials. And then I obviously had to look for specific for time libraries, whether it was a library or a package but time, I had to find the time for each one. So C includes a studio library for import statements. So it allows me to run printf. Timer library allows current time. And then initialize the main function, current time, now get the time, now print it out, return 0 to indicate the program ran successfully, and then YouTube's tutorials and all my sources for each one. Same for this one. And here. And then we had no imports for this one. Look at that one, or Ruby as well. So obviously there's definitely some differences that I'm learning. And then this one, it's one line. You can't break that up. And I do like how Python's a little bit stricter. I did get the README up, which does show a base of how to set everything up. But I do want to go through the commands again, just for anybody who's watching this who isn't my teacher and is trying to learn. Compose down stops or removes the containers. So right now, I have a container running, right? My Ruby container. Compose, it's not doing anything but running right now. Everything else is essentially not running because it ran its one hello world command. If I knew how to use Ruby correctly, I could probably do more. And hopefully later on in the week, by this weekend, I'll have something cool up. But right now we have a container running, and that's how we check for it. So when we compose down, we shut down everything. And you can do it via here. You can also do it from Docker Desktop. I prefer to do it from command line and always have, just because it kind of shows the whole progress more. When you do it through here, you're going to run into errors. Like if it doesn't shut down correctly, it just goes kind of slowly and you have to deal with that stuff. Like I'm relearning Docker. I was messing around with it for the past couple years. And I was like, oh, can I just relaunch all these other ones? No, you have to understand Docker correctly to just these aren't like saved. They're saved, but which might save you a little bit of time, but you can't just go back and use things if you don't understand. It's just like any other code. If you don't update your code base, it's you can't just go back and use it. So if you have stuff from your old Docker or Docker projects, I recommend only going into them if you're ready to really go into that headache. Docker Desktop's pretty cool. I do like how you can do everything from here, but I guess we're gonna take our time and just do it from command line first. And then what I recommend is if anybody is watching this, I would recommend doing it through command line and then having Docker desktop open, specifically because you kind of need it to have to make sure that the Docker is being ran in the background. You can also run, where is it? I also have a Docker extension that's running down here somewhere, but you can also, it will show you that it's running by, how much RAM and whatnot it's using. Also like Mac, because it's just all this cool. It is running and it tells me in like 5 different places. Um, so that should be it for my project. Let me go ahead and double check the assignment requirements. We showed the hello world, the message, the date. I broke down my files, and this will all be uploaded in the correct branch format, which I believe is going to be assignment slash something or other. I'll figure that out. But yeah, so this is my basic multi-language Docker services project. It is basic, but it does get the job done. If you have any comments or questions, this is going to be on a public GitHub. Feel free to take it, use it, abuse it, do whatever you need with it. Once again, my name is Bradley Matera, and let me get back here so I can say bye and have a good day.